Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Wolf and this is Eternal Strands. Now some of you might be looking at this and be like, wait a minute, this game came out like last year, almost to the day. Almost to the day, came out in January 28th, 2025. However, the reason I'm trying this today is because this is a new demo from Yellow Brick Games, the developer and publisher. So this is a true to form indie game. And I saw a video on it and it looked awesome. I was going through the demos and I saw this and I was like, well, you know what? That looks right up my alley. Just the art style. I love this art style. I love that more developers are taking art very seriously in video games more these days, because it is so important to have your game look as good as you can make it without pushing the envelope. You know, this game visually is probably far more stunning than some people might think that, say, for example, God of War might look. I mean, God of War is like one of the best looking games ever made, but 2018 that is. But in terms of the art, this game could be seen as, like, you know, standing toe-to-toe with something like God of War, just because of the sheer the vision that they have for this game. It just looks really good. So and it reminds me a lot of like Torchlight and, you know, the cartoony aspect. Hob, that's another great one. So, and a lot of the Riot games like, I wouldn't say Valorant, but what are the League of Legends games, the Ruined King, that sort of thing, you know, that kind of art style. Or Battle Chasers Night War, that one's also, you know, very reminiscent of this art style. Anyway, so I'm babbling on about the art style because it looks good. So I'm gonna give this a shot. New demo out right now on, I think, is all major platforms actually. It says PlayStation, Xbox, and Xbox Cloud Gaming, Windows. No Switch or anything like that, but all the other major platforms. So let's get into it.
The Enclave was once the heart of magical development and trade for practitioners of magic all across the Maida Basin. Not all weavers claimed it as their home, but those that did built a legacy of progress, constructs, and innovation, the likes of which have not been seen since the Surge almost half a century ago, when a cascade of arcane disasters racked the Maida, and without warning, the Enclave sealed itself away behind a magical wall known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now, but magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day. Most places tolerate us if we don't stay too long. While some weavers remember what it was like before the Surge, I've never known a time when weavers had a home. I chose this life years ago, but I'd be lying if I said it has lived up to all I hoped it would be. Stop! Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new weaver band. Now, they've brought me here, where it all began.
Thanks.
Bryn! Over here!
What do you think?
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the Veil, I wasn't picturing this.
No one's been this close in years. The base is shrouded in tangles. Weavers have known about this safe zone in the Veil's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route into it. Until now. You have no idea what I had to do to puzzle out this passage.
I definitely want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself deeper into the shadow. I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminary scouting expedition?
Really?
Of course. It's important for the other Weavers to see how you do in the field. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley. Shouldn't be too far from where we are.
That's my first landmark, then?
Yes. It should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries, that will endear you to the band.
For sure. I'd love to find my footing with the rest of them.
I'll act as the watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets too dangerous. Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
No questions from me. I'm ready to head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. You can head out then.
Okay. I meant to actually, I didn't read that all the way through until I accidentally clicked on it. Wow. This looks really good. I like the lighting on her cloak there. So, this is pretty good looking. Eternal Strands. Again, indie game. And the story, kind of, it's weird how I just decided to play this game, or this demo at least, because I'm going through the TV show Merlin, and it's just, the story's the same thing. Like, magic is outlawed. Of course, Merlin's about King Arthur and Merlin and Camelot, but same thing applies. Magic is outlawed. Sorcerers and sorceresses, warlocks, whatever, they are basically hunted, essentially, and they have no home, druids and the like. And so I can definitely see this, you know, kind of maybe being a little bit of an inspiration. I obviously, I'm just guessing. I am seeing some, you see the color of the cloak is affecting the road, even though it shouldn't be kind of like in front of us. So I don't know, maybe that's some sort of occlusion thing. I imagine this is built on Unreal Engine 5. Yes, it is. Unreal Engine 5. But you know what? Again, that's only a bad thing if the developer doesn't use it right. So this is looking really nice. It's an action-adventure game, as you can see.
Can you hear me?
I can.
And we got more
Some
dialogue.
interference, though.
Must be the tangles. Still,
Oof,
strong enough
this looks really
to
good.
like you practiced. Dom?
That sounds awful. That noise is not great. Now, I don't know if this is like a a Dark Souls-ish type game. They did have like 5 difficulty levels. There was story mode, which is clearly the easiest, then easy, normal, hard, and then I think one more above hard. I'm of course on normal.
The Veil. Even more impressive up close.
Oh, okay, it's a cinematic technically. Yeah, like I said, love the art style. Very reminiscent, and I mentioned Torchlight and Hob. That was done by Runic Games before they became Ectra Games. I haven't heard a lot about anything they're doing recently, but yeah, Runic Games is one of my favorite developers, and they're technically still around. They just rebranded as a different developer, but they basically said, yeah, we still got all the same developers from that. And it's like, then why'd you rebrand? Probably because it was owned by a different publisher. Who knows?
Thanks. Got visuals back.
Okay, that's much better.
The Veil shadow is incredible.
Never seen anything like it.
But I would like to think that that's a huge compliment
The closer you get to the
to be
Veil,
compared to such a,
Tangles.
in my opinion, a prestigious
deadly,
indie
with a
developer
wide berth.
like Runic Games. They're one of my favorite old school, at this point, old school, because they had their first game come out on the Xbox 360 and PC way back in the day. So they've been around for a while. And like I said, they rebranded as Ectra. ETCHRA, I think is how you pronounce it. Or how you spell it. And they basically are doing the same thing. It's the same developers and... Okay, as you can see, we do have a stamina bar, which... You know I love stamina bars. Not really. That's a joke, obviously. I don't like stamina bars at all. They're a hindrance, and obviously that's for gameplay reasons, but I'm gonna guess that because there's a stamina bar, then we're probably looking at like a Souls-like game-ish. Usually when we're talking about action-adventure games, that's what most people, or most developers actually go by, is Souls games. Lifts and moves objects and creatures. A purple aura marks valid targets, while those marked red are too heavy for the current level of the strand. L2 to prepare the strand, hold R2 to cast it, release R2 to throw it forward.
We should expect enchantments to act strangely.
Okay, so basically like in, you know, some games it's L2 to aim, R2 to cast, or, you know, R2 to
If I toss one
shoot.
at the wall, its fire will melt the ice.
Brilliant. Best to use kinetic magic to keep clear of the blast.
Ooh, that's really red.
Give it a moment to cool. Then you should be able to climb.
Ah, it's spreading. Ah! What happened? How is it behind me? Okay, I've set the place on fire. Sorry. Alright, they've gone all Zelda Breath of the Wild on us here. Can climb any wall, apparently. Vitality tonic. Maybe took a little damage. But is there anything? Nope, that's okay. Got it.
Perfect. Knowing the watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road.
Right.
You can come back to... What is that?
Coral.
Runes.
There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface. It seems they were true.
There's more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
Too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
This is going well. I say we check it out before finishing the expedition.
You mean you want me to check it out? How long is that gonna... Okay. That was weirdly taking a long time. Okay, but there's a... Oh, I see. Right. I keep... You know, that's gonna take some time to get used to, because climbing is... Well, it's not usually a thing in Souls games.
Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Dan's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm using...
Aurea?
Bring connections back.
Was that a drake?
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
Need his breath. I knew this was a bad idea.
We can't extract you.
I was just gonna say, I'm about to
I'll
frickin'...
fix it.
About to freaking
And
take
Lane have tonics on
take
standby
on a
for their
freaking
return.
mob here. Like, let me Okay. All right. So, first and foremost, the presentation is really good. I feel like this is running at like a higher frame rate because there were no graphics options. It's just running however it is. No, it's 60 FPS. It feels like just a rock solid 60 frames a second, which that makes me happy. It means they actually did their job, right? Oh, yeah.
Good. Head out of the cave so we can get our bearings.
I'm used to L1 being the block for most of the games like this, but in this case, it's R1. No adaptive triggers though. I didn't feel the adaptive triggers when it came to doing the spells. Oh. Ah, so you can pretty much take whatever. Nice. A true magician. Magician? Magician. Okay, so this is where I am actually going to need to take something and throw it. There we go. Nice. Oh man.
It's an ash peak drake.
Change strands. That'd be ice wall. Ice wall rapidly freezes water in the air to create chunks of ice, useful for pinning foes of all sizes or creating ledges or bridges for distant targets. Aim at the furthest point and draw the ice closer. Prepare and then cast.
Quick, your frost magic can cool a path.
Ow. Okay. Up. Okay, basically just like... Oi!
Good. Dawn's still working on the scribe, but you need to keep moving. Lane, got anything from the map?
So your magic obviously replenishes, and your cloak actually indicates which spell you have equipped. That's pretty cool.
It's our only option.
It's a nice little visual indicator.
I'm on it.
And of course your mana bar changes as well. Also, usually in Souls-like games, I wouldn't exactly call this a Souls game because that probably would have killed me, but the mana doesn't just come back. But because you're a sorceress, or a weaver in this case, it comes back, which is nice. So you can live out the dream of being a caster.
Aurea, that drake's acting like...
Let's just focus on getting her back safe.
I'll go back to unpacking the armory.
Excuse me? It's a little bit on the sensitive side. The ADS, or the ADS, the aiming. Oh, I can actually pick... Ha! I can actually pick up the creature. That's hilarious.
Nice work. Keep moving. Damn it, Casmin was right. That drake is rotting. Erratic flight. Aggressive. It won't stop.
Skies, what do we do?
We get you back to the caravan fast.
So, I wanted to mention also that that fire effect from the Drake, although very cool, and man, do I love the colors in this game. Big fan of colorful games when, you know, when they need to be. Obviously, don't make your game vibrant and colorful if it has nothing to do with the theme. But, or the theme you're trying to go with. But it had a lot of visual noise. So probably just, I don't even know what would cause that. Maybe the anti-aliasing option that they chose to go with, which might be TAA. I don't know. I'm not seeing a whole lot of ghosting, but there's a lot of breakage of the visuals when it comes to alpha effects, it seems. So it just happens. It's an aspect of Unreal Engine that very few developers really know how to deal with, unless of course they just stop using temporal anti-aliasing or something. You know, that'd be nice. She has a bow, dude. Let's go. That's all me. And then she just kicks. Can you break? Or not? So she can't break a box with her foot. Well, ah. Oh, interesting. And there's no ammo. Really? I can't even break the... Okay, there we go. That took a lot. There's definitely zero aim assist here. Where'd he go? Oh. Okay, so it looks like... Ow. Usually I'd like to go with bow and arrow. There is zero aim assist. It says focus and slow time, which is probably a nice little concession for the fact that there is no aim assist or anything like that. And the sensitivity is really high.
If I'm reading the map correctly, following this brook
That
should
certainly
lead to
helps.
the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge.
Okay. Whee! I suppose I could get used to it, but I'm not. No aim assist on controllers is very difficult. Especially when the sensitivity is so high. I'm not really gonna change it right now. Oh, this one. There we go. Not really looking to change it. I'll stick with melee. So... Ow. Ow. Huh? Did I have to wait for it to, like, stop being icy? Because it doesn't look like it was... Oh, yeah, I did. Well, I'm an impatient man. What can I say? I'm here to cast spells and kick ass. Thank you. Nice to know the vitality tonics have my back. See, it's all red, but there's only little bits of fire around there, so I wonder if I would actually take any damage. if I just stayed in there long enough. I wonder if I'll have to face the dragon.
That can't be an Ark.
No one has seen one in almost 50 years, let alone outside the Veil.
The Archons never left the Enclave. Still, you need to get...
I love how Bryn just seems completely unfazed
work on an escape plan.
by the dragon just blowing fire everywhere. Hello. Oh. Ow. Can you cool off, please? Ooh. That actually blocked the whole thing. That didn't. Okay. I already have to use... Ooh, okay. That doesn't stick. Oh my god. You can actually climb it like Dragon's Dogma. You've got to be kidding. Ow. Okay. Do it. All right.
Strangest.
What the... Hang on, Bryn.
Everything okay back there?
Change of plans, everyone! Pack up!
You're... What?
We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go. Now. Up ahead!
Has anyone else noticed we're practically sitting on a loom gate?
That can wait, Dom. Aurea, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of commission.
That's what I need to address. While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over expeditions as our acting point.
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Bryn did face down an Ash Peak Drake and lived to tell the tale. I think we're in good hands.
Yes. I have every confidence that she will make a great point.
As long as we don't all die here first.
Hey, take a moment to remember. We're in the Enclave. Haven't we all fantasized about this? This place holds mysteries beyond our wildest dreams and secrets to our past as weavers. It's time to uncover them.
Revelations await us.
Exactly. When we first set out to investigate the Veil's shadow, we had no idea we'd end up here. The Enclave was once a safe haven for all weavers, and the pinnacle of innovation. Since the Veil went up, weavers took the blame for decades of war. Stories that put children to bed, preached the evils of our magic, all because of what happened here. We owe it to ourselves and to our brethren across the Maida to find out not just what happened, but why. Maybe then, weavers can find our place in the world again. But first, survival. Bryn, that's you and me. Find me when you're ready. Adjourned.
Well, now that's how you introduce a game. That was very good. That was very good. This is really good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can see myself definitely. I'm putting this on my wish list for sure. Absolutely, because this is. I'm already absolutely intrigued by this. I will say that, you know, cutscenes. It's Unreal Engine 5, so there's going to be some jank. The cutscenes, very well done. The presentation is very well done. A lot of sound effects sound like they're either not playing or they're just missing. And they kind of just missed putting sound effects in. A lot of visual noise, especially on scene cuts, if you will. Not cut scenes, but scene cuts when it goes from one scene to the next. It seems as though the engine can't load things fast enough. So there's a lot of that. But for the most part, it's a really smooth running game. Like, it's not running at a high frame rate. It's running at 60 FPS, but it's visually an extremely smooth 60 FPS. So I got to give them a lot of credit for the optimization of the game. The rest of it is just Unreal Engine 5 shenanigans, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about that. It's the engine is what it is. But I'm going to leave it right there. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. This game is out, so if you want to pick it up, you can do so at $40, I think. It's really not bad. But also, you can try this demo out. I'm sure it's out on all major platforms as well. So you can give it a try for yourself and see if you like it. I know I do. I'm putting it on my wish list. And for sure, I'll be grabbing this one at some point down the road. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. And please join me again in the next one where we take a look at yet another game or demo. And hope that it makes a good first impression. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Eternal Strands, and I'll see you guys later.